Hey Chargers, this is Miss Hughes, the librarian. For my little lesson this week, I was going to do a little fun game activity reviewing nouns, verbs, and adjectives. And I'm also going to be using words from the book Charlotte's Web, which was one of my favorite books when I was growing up. I hope most of you have already read Charlotte's Web. And of course, you know that Charlotte was a spider who helped Wilbur by saving his life by typing several different words in her web to describe Wilbur. Those describing words are called adjectives. So today we're going to just review a little bit about nouns, verbs, and adjectives, and then I'm going to show you a game to play. The first thing you're going to do for today is we're going to go back and look at a little PowerPoint for nouns, verbs, and adjectives so that you can review, or it'll help you reinforce your memory of what verbs, nouns, and adjectives are. Alright, so my first little PowerPoint. What is a noun? A noun is a person, place, thing, animal, and we also talked about a noun also being an idea. If you're just looking, here's some examples of nouns. They wanted you to find the nouns that were on the screen. Of course, you would pick dog. A dog is an animal. A house is a place or a thing. Mom is a person. Bed is a thing. We're going to skip the noun song because I don't think y'all would like to do the noun song. And then these are some examples of some nouns where you find the nouns in the sentence. The boy went to the park. And what you would ask yourself is, who went to the park? Boy went to the park. And then you would ask yourself, where did the boy go? He went to the park. So park would be your noun because it is a place. Verbs, remember, are action words, something that you can do. They want you to find the verbs on the screen. Remember, it's something that you can do. Jump is something you can do. Sit is something you can do. Run is something you can do. Those are all action verbs. Monkey, room, mom are all nouns that are people, places, or things. If you were looking at this sentence, they want you to find the verb in the sentence. So, of course, you would first find the noun, the dog, and then ask yourself, what did the dog do? The dog sat. So, sat would be your verb. The frog jumped high. The noun in the sentence would be your who or your what, which is the frog. And what did the frog do? He jumped. Anytime you see a word with ed on it that is with like an action verb, you should automatically know that that's a verb, and it shows past tense. Find the noun and the verb in this sentence. The boy went to the store. Who went to the store? The boy. And what did the boy do? The boy went. So that would be your noun and your verb in that sentence. The dog sat on the chair. Who sat on the chair? The dog. And what did he do? He sat would be the verb. This is my resources that I used for this PowerPoint. This is our PowerPoint review on adjectives. Adjectives, of course, are words that describe a noun or a pronoun. They answer the questions what kind, which one, or how many. And some examples that they gave you 3 nouns. They gave you the word dog. Then you would say, what kind of dog? A happy dog. A boy is a noun. What kind of boy? Or which boy? The tired boy. And girls is also a noun, and it's saying how many girls, and it would be 7. To find an adjective, we always locate the nouns first. If you look in the 3 sentences, the happy children played at the park. Children and park are your nouns, and the adjective that's describing children would be which children? The happy children. The donkey stepped on my large hat. What kind of hat? A large hat. The child was brave. Child is your noun. The child was what? The child was brave. So brave would be your adjective. Alright. And in this slide it says, can you find the adjectives? We saw the gray elephant at the zoo. You would ask yourself, what is the nouns? Which would be an elephant and zoo. And the only adjective that they have is what kind of elephant? A gray elephant. So gray would be your adjective. The rabbit followed the slow turtle. Ask what words describe the nouns. The nouns are turtle and rabbit. And you would look, and there is not a word to describe rabbit, but it does say what kind of turtle, which would be a slow turtle. Now we're going to practice recognizing nouns, verbs, and adjectives by playing this little game. It is on scholastic.com/Charlotte's Web. So if you would like to play it, you would go to scholastic.com and go to Charlotte's Web. There is a little activity. You do have to have a flash plug-in for this. If you don't have one on your computer, they will give you one for free. But if you go where it says Explore, you can go down and find where it says Pick the Perfect Word Game. Once you click on that, it's going to come up like this, and it wants you to choose a character. They give you Wilbur, Mr. Zuckerman, the goose, Fern, and the sheep as your character. So you just pick a character. I'm going to pick Wilbur. Then it takes you to a little barn, and if you'll notice, it has a cute little spider's web up there. And it says round 1, so you're going to get to play more than one round. It says, can you spot any adjectives? It gives you the directions. Drag as many as you can to the web for Charlotte's consideration. So if you look on the barn, it gives you about 10 words or words that tell you they're either going to be adjectives, they're going to be nouns, or they're going to be verbs. And for this round, they want you to pick the words that are adjectives. So for example, we're going to be looking for words that would describe, I would think, Wilbur. Alright, so if I go over here, the first one I see is the word super. You're just going to click and drag it and put it in the web. Ugly, is that a describing word? Does that describe something? A person, place, or thing, or idea? Star, I'm not going to put that one in there because a star is a noun. Helpful. Perspiration, no. Midnight. Selfish. Tasty. Nicely. And in just a minute I'm going to show you something. Radiant. If any of you read the book or watched the movie, you would know that radiant was a word to describe Wilbur. Golf. Well. Spinnerets. Sore. Weak. Voice. Scary. Milkshake and dusty. Alright, so I just chose several words that I think would be adjectives in here, and when you're finished, you click the sign that says done. Once you click the word done, if you will look at what I did, I have put some words on my web that were not adjectives but actually something else. So they're going to show you by highlighting it in red which ones you got incorrect. Also, they have the word well that would describe Wilbur, and weak. You remember when he first saw something in the book, it made him weak and he fainted. So then you're going to go back where it says try again, and you can go ahead and take the one that doesn't belong out and put the ones that go in your little Charlotte's Web. Once you're finished, you will click done again. Hooray, you found them all. Continue to round 2. That's where you will go on to round 2. And they're going to ask you a different question. It says, now can you find the adjectives that can be turned into adverbs by adding ly? Remember, adverbs are words that describe verbs. So you would look for the words that could have added ly to, and you would put them in the web. So there's 2 or 3, 4 rounds I think in each exercise, and then you can click done, and Charlotte will actually at the end of the game put one of the words, the one word in her web, and then you can go ahead and go to another round. They're also going to be asking you things like, is the noun singular or plural? Remember, singular means one, plural means more than one. And also on nouns, they're going to ask you, which words do you add s to make it plural, or which words would you add es to make it plural? So there's different things. There's also the word synonym in the game. Remember, synonyms are words that mean the same. So this is your little lesson today. I hope you enjoy it and go try to do it. It's really kind of fun, especially if you like Charlotte's Web.